So Council held its March meeting yesterday, and some of the key points that came out of it were firstly the budget. It was reported in earlier council meetings we were looking at a $3.8 million deficit. Now, through some prudent work by our CEO and staff, we've managed to reduce that down to $482,000. Now, this has been really a major achievement by staff, and it's been accomplished by looking at efficiencies. Now, recently the councils were merged, that's the Armidale Council and Guyra Council, and those efficiencies are just starting to become apparent now, where we're looking at working as one single council. Now, there's removal of duplication, looking at different functions. We've done a fair bit of work on cost cutting and the use of technology, looking at higher levels of grant funding. And then there's deferred some of the non-essential work that we can put back to next year. So with all of these sort of activities, we've reduced our deficit down to the $482,000. So that's been a big outcome for the Armidale Regional Council. Another item that was debated upon was the old Clora site in Guyra. Clora was the aged care centre in Guyra, and just last year all the residents moved into a new facility purpose-built. So at the moment, Council's been looking at getting expressive interest for the purchase of Clora, and we'll continue to market the property, and the CEO will be allowed to enter into negotiations with any potential buyers. Now, in our community strategic plan, there's a number of priorities that the community identifies being important, and some of them are protecting the environment, reducing pollution and waste, and encouraging climate-friendly lifestyles. In response to that, the Armidale Regional Council has developed a green print. Now, that was debated yesterday, and there's 9 areas to this. There's transport, water, waste, air, biodiversity, resilience, living, future and global. Now, after the debate yesterday, this is going out on public exhibition for a period of 28 days, and we're inviting the public to put their comments in on this Armidale Regional Council green print. I noticed a motion was put up yesterday by Councillor Peter Bailey, and that's looking at the water and wastewater infrastructure plans for the next 30 years. Our council's going to be looking and planning out for 30 years for what our needs might be, and we're looking for a report from the staff into where we want to be in 30 years' time. So it will come back to council in a few months' time for us to look at. Now, one other motion that was passed yesterday is looking at our code of meeting practice. Now, our code defines basically how we run our meetings. Now, it's going to go out in public exhibition for 28 days, and what I'd like people to do is look at the code, because one thing we're looking at changing is we do have at the moment a civic prayer. We're looking at changing that to an affirmation, because we are a multicultural area, and we feel that an affirmation suits the multiculturalism better than a civic prayer. Council adopted a new code of conduct yesterday. This code has been provided by the Office of Local Government, and it prescribes how councillors and staff conduct themselves. There's been changes from the previous code to this one, and the major areas in the change are bullying, declarations of interest, and gifts that be provided to either councillors or staff.